Okay, so I would like to talk to you now about how electric you are. How interesting, you may say. But it's an important part of your biology that, again, people don't seem to have any understanding of, and it wasn't until I started to research the subject that I became really fascinated about how everything works. And we don't move by magic. You know, there's a science behind it, and I think if you understand the science behind what your brain and your body do, then you have far more control over how it responds. And you can make that far more positive than perhaps you have experienced in the past, where you're completely oblivious and you're completely out of control. So, that's what I want to kind of bring to you. Each cell in your body has 0.7 volts of electricity. 0.7 volts of electricity runs through every cell in your body. Now, 0.7 volts isn't particularly high charge. However, you have 50 trillion cells in your body. 50 trillion. That's a number I can't even imagine in my head, but that's how many cells you have in your body. So if you're only good at maths, or you have a calculator, 0.7 volts multiplied by 50 trillion volts. Does anybody know how many zeros are in a trillion? I don't. But I'll tell you the answer. 3.5 trillion volts of electricity running through your body. We're all walking nuclear explosions. We're fascinating, amazing creatures. So whatever your belief system, whether you're a particularly religious person or a spiritual person or a very practical, science-based person, park that to one side for a minute, because this isn't a philosophical debate. This is an active exercise that you can employ right away without any spend or cost, and from wherever you happen to be. If you can find a way to practice and find ways to direct these amazing amounts of voltage of electricity and power and energy that scientifically proven to be running through your system 24 hours a day, if you can discipline yourself and learn how to direct that energy, then surely you are now harnessing an awful lot of power and control over your own body. Now, some of you may have heard of therapies such as Reiki. I'm a Reiki practitioner, so I've been aware of this energy system for a long time. There are lots of ancient Chinese therapies, acupuncture is one of them, that work on this energy system with meridians that run through your body, kind of like a highway, superhighway. So you've got all these different systems running through your body that we're all aware of. You're aware of your immune system, and you're aware of your respiratory system, and you're aware of your digestive system. But you also have an energy system that makes it all happen. It's a little bit harder to qualify and quantify this because it's an unseen force. It's not like the blood that's running through your veins that you can actually monitor and evaluate. But there now are new sciences, neuroscience, ways to monitor this energy flow. And we now know that there's certain things that work to be able to release any blockages. And it's really quite out there and quite, bizarre when you've based your whole life on a different set of assumptions and you have been sort of preconditioned into a certain set of beliefs which have served you all this time, for somebody to come out there and go, oh, actually, there's something else you didn't know about. Listen to this magic trick. Give you all this new information that's a bit mind-boggling. It's difficult to comprehend. I totally understand that. I've been working through this. I've been 20 years. I've been a Reiki practitioner, and I've been studying neuroscience and quantum physics for the past 3 years. So for me, I've digested the amount that I can digest, and I'm by no means an expert, but it makes a lot of sense to me, and I'm trying to impart that onto the general public now, but I recognise that it is difficult to kind of just absorb this all in one go. But the best way to do it is just to try things. So certain things that I'm going to go through with you, such as breathing techniques, and things such as tapping therapy. EFT and TFT are two brilliant examples of this, where you can actually tap specific points of your body. It relates right back to acupuncture and ancient Chinese medicine. And these sort of fibre optic superhighway of these neural pathways through your body, once the flow of this energy, and remember how much voltage is going through you, once there's a blockage somewhere, then you need to be able to find a way to release it. And tapping, you don't need acupuncture needles. You can do it yourself anywhere you are once you've got the techniques. So I'm going to give you an EFT tapping technique. I'm going to give you a breathing technique which will help with the switch I was mentioning, so flipping it from fight or flight back again. There's a very simple way that you can do this very quickly if you're having an anxiety attack, or if you're generally feeling very, very adrenalised and twitchy and stressed all the time, which most of us are. Yeah, you something called 7-11 breathing, which you can employ in various different ways. The theory behind it is that you need to make your exhale longer than your inhale. and that will kind of flip the switch. So we'll go through things like that, and hopefully you'll be able to have just a couple of little tricks then to be able to combat any experiences that you might be having that are difficult and uncomfortable and negative.